I'm still confused on the 4 knobs for the monitors.
Okay.
Can you have 4 different monitors on one channel?
Yes. Yeah. And the way to look at it is that all of the individual channels are just input sources. So they can be, you can have as many channels as the console has. You have 32 input channels on the console. So that can be any number of things, you know, like we said, the kick drum, overhead mic for a drum kit, bass guitar, keys. You can have, you know, you can have 16 guitars if you want to plug in that many guitars. And all of those are capable of individually being sent to any one or all of 4 monitor sends. So it's like having 4 different house mixes, for example, only you control them not with the faders then, but with how much you dial into each monitor mix at the aux sends. And that's what these are called. These are auxiliary sends. So aux 1, 2, 3, and 4 are auxiliary sends, meaning it's sound leaving the console. Like a master fader here is a overall volume control output from the console that feeds the amps that feed the speakers, which is the extension of that signal flow. The monitors are an independent way of creating mixes that are separately controllable and have nothing to do with what we hear in the house.
Monitors are strictly for the people on stage to hear themselves.
Strictly for the people on stage. That's right. That's right.
Well, so after we're done with this, can we go up and show how 4 monitors could come into one channel? Or more than 4 monitors, or just 4?
There's just four monitors
per channel.
4 monitors set. Now it's not. The way to think about it is, and that would be a kind of confusing way. It's not really 4 monitors per channel. You have 4 monitors in the system entirely. Only four monitors
for this board.
For the way this system is set up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we're saying is, each one of those 4 different monitors can be its own mix. And that mix is generated by combining these channels in any different formation you want. Here's an example.
Gotcha. Okay.
So let's come down here for a second. Let's say, and we don't have anything plugged in here, but let's say we've got kick, the overhead mic for the drum kit, and a bass guitar, and we're just going to deal with those for a second. Let's say that we're hearing the sound come out now. We've got them unmuted. Okay, we're hearing it. We've already done our sound check, but what we need to do is get some of that signal to get into the monitors. So let's say that the drummer who's playing on mix 4, for example, that mix 4 is the one that he's using. The drummer just wants to hear his own kick drum, his own overhead, and wants to hear no bass. Okay, so that's what he's got right now. Is he's got some signal coming from channel 1, which is kick. He's got some signal coming from channel 2, which is the overhead, and he's got no signal coming from channel 3, which is the bass. So the bass player, let's say the bass player is on mix 3 here, being fed by aux sends 3, and he wants something different. He wants a little bit of kick, which is on channel 1. So I'm dialing in a little bit of kick for the bass monitor mix. He doesn't want any of the overhead mics on the drums, and he wants to hear a lot of himself, a lot of the bass, which is typical.
I got it.
So now those 2 guys have 2 different wedge mixes coming out of 2 different physical wedges on the stage, and each of those wedges have different elements of sound being mixed into them. So now they're hearing the way they want. You can leave that where it is, and for what we're hearing in the house, you can decide, okay, well, I want this much kick, I want this much of the overhead, which is, you know, getting the snare sound and stuff, and this much bass, and nothing that I've done here is going to affect the mixes I've preset for them.
Gotcha.
So this is entirely separate from what I'm doing down here. The only thing that's going to affect it is if I mute the channels, everybody loses their sound. So it's not coming out of the house mix, and it's not coming out of any of the monitors because I've muted it here.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.